Hello, and welcome to an extra technical analysis for your continuing trading education. We wrote the blog on this indicator over 2 years ago, and we just came across it recently, glanced at it, and decided to update our research and create the accompanying technical analysis. We're going to take another gander at the TopTrend indicator, which has similar components to an older, well-known indicator, namely Bollinger Bands. However, it tracks a little differently. We also dug in a little deeper and found some cool features we didn't mention in the first go-around, so we'll have a little fun with this one. Jumping right in, we see that it comes to us as a price overlay, color change, confirmation indicator. But before we get into the analytical portion, let's see what we mean by it being kissing cousins to the Bollinger Bands indicator. What we're going to do is overlay the two of them to show you what we mean. Then we're going to show you a couple of pretty neat switches that are not immediately obvious, unless of course you peek at the meta editor code. Here we've got a snapshot of the TopTrend and Bollinger Bands indicators overlaid. Okay, since we're not profiling Bollinger Bands, we'll just fade those out so we're only left with the TopTrend indicator. Now let's zoom in for a closer look. There are three components to the signal line. The first is the initial signal, represented by a large colored dot. Green, which is naturally long, and magenta or red, naturally short. The second components are the small colored dots. These are suggested stop loss levels and react to price. The third component is the line that connects all of the dots. If you go back into the settings menu, there are two settings which do not have drop-down choices. The first one is Signal, which displays the dots. You actually have three choices here: 0, only stops; 1, signals and stops; and the last one, 2, only signals. The default setting is 1, signals and stops. However, for our quest to trade on clean charts, change that option to 2, so you only see the initial signals, and you'll want to change the color menu from this to this. And feel free to pause the video if you need to make any notes. Notice that the thickness has been changed to 5. Isn't this much better now? Minimal distractions to better see what's going on with the rest of your algorithm. Now that you've changed that setting, the remainder of the settings are discussed in the blog, but we'll leave them as the default values for the analysis. Alrighty then, now that we've expanded on the indicator's features, let's get to the analysis. Sit back and let it wash over you. We'll pick it up here, which works out perfectly because we just got a long signal, so we'll enter on the small short candle and see where it goes. After that slight dip in price, it took off and we would have scored some serious profits before reversing and exiting. We've got a fresh short signal, but this indicator decidedly being of a C2 nature, especially in its default settings, we would have missed a good portion of the short. But let's see where it goes anyways. Solid gold is where it went. Even though we missed some of the move, we're just aiming for the fat part of the middle. Great stuff. Now along. That was a spectacular run, so much so that you'd have been in for the first set of trades before exiting and re-entering on a continuation for double the profits. So far, so good. Let's see where this next short takes us. Okay, another easy, nice rundown before price reversed, and you'd have pocketed pips on a smooth exit. Now along. Okay, we're not surprised. We had a terrific run until now, but this last one would have given us the cold shoulder and kicked us to the curb. No matter, get up, dust yourself off, and keep on keeping on with the next short. That initial move and retracement may have stopped you out, but you'd have gotten in on the continuation for a good profit to wipe out the first loss. Some of that fresh bull move would have passed by us before the signal, but that's just the nature of this indicator and its settings. We would have made our profit on the first couple of periods right after the signal. Then, we would have sat on the sidelines while price bounced around before giving us that new short after the huge red candle, and we'd still be in a trade. So going back and taking a look at some past history is a good thing. We're glad you all sent us emails to take a second look at this indicator. It was definitely worth the effort, and seeing that this would make a pretty good C2 in your algorithm is all the proof that we need. No, no, and no. No financial advice here. You don't need financial advice anyways. You can do this yourself. Just take some effort, chart time, and learning the rules. The advanced course will help you get there a lot quicker. It's worth it. If you didn't get it in the past, go get it now from the library and give it a go. After all, it is totally free. Our only goal is to make you a better trader.